Hi everyone. Today I'm going to try to explain a bit the schema. Schema is a microservice used in the PMDB, so package metadata database. So this is a whole ecosystem of microservices, and schema is a microservice that we use to migrate our Postgres SQL database. Schema runs as a cloud run instance. So it's basically a containerized application. And if I go here, now I'm in my personal project, but you can see that I'm in Cloud Run, and you can see that we have a migrate Cloud Run function. So this is running the code in the schema project. And if I look into the configurations, you will see that basically it exposes a container port 8080. This is because in essence, the schema project is actually an HTTP server. And if I scroll a bit down, I should be able to find the envars. They're here. So here you see that we have a couple of configurations, like where it can find the migrations and the migration command. And I think this is an important one. And in this case is up. And basically that means that we want always to migrate up. Now going to the code, the schema project has quite a deliberate README file that contains many information, explaining basically how to create a new script, a new migration script, which by the way, it can be an SQL migration script, or it can be in Golang. Our migration tool is Goose. It's written like G-O-O-S-E, so it's being written like this. And you can actually very easily install it locally. And for instance, if you type Goose here, you will find all the commands that you can actually execute. So basically, what you need to do is you need to provide a driver and how to connect to your Postgres SQL, and then you basically also you can define where are the files, and then you basically say up, and then it's going to build the whole database from zero to the latest migration. So this is more or less what it does. So there are pretty good instructions on how to do that, and also how to connect to your Postgres SQL on your personal GCP project, and how to run the migrations there. So let's look a bit into the code. So in the main file, as you can see, this is a CLI tool, right? So if I scroll down here, you can see all the commands. One command is the create. This is used to create a new migration. Another command is migrate, and basically is to run a migration command. So just to run a migration script. And then we have auto migrate, which basically, as it says here, it automatically runs the Goose migration app command, and it listens as a server for the Cloud Run service compatibility. And this is actually the command that we actually run. So our Cloud Run instance is actually running this auto migrate command. So basically what this will do is that it will start running all the migrations, so making sure that the database that it's trying to connect to, it has all the migrations. If it's missing any migration, then it will just run it again, just run it, and then after this is complete, basically it opens a server. So let's take a look here. So as you can see, it creates a server then it runs the goose command, and this command is basically the goose command that we want to run. And if you remember, the command on Cloud Run is up, so it will first run all the migration scripts, so making sure that the database has all the migration scripts, and then it will start listening. And more specifically, what it does is that it waits until there is a new it just listens on this HTTP handle, and if it gets a request, basically it runs the migrate command. So, and the migrate commands, basically what it will do is it will just run another goose command. So that means that we can actually trigger with an HTTP request our schema, so our migration service. Although keep in mind that this is something that you might want to do for testing purposes, but we seldomly do, I think. So usually the workflow and how we work is that we add a new migration. So basically what we do is that we go here, you see files, you see SQL migration scripts and Go migration scripts. So we add a migration script, then we open a merge request, we create a new version for our schema, and we deploy that. And the moment we deploy that, this will actually run the auto migrate command, and it will make sure that the latest migration script actually runs against the database. I think it's also interesting to show you how the Terraform code that deploys this application. So what you can see here is the deployment project, and under modules we have this migrate module, and this is actually the infrastructure required for our schema microservice. Let me show you. So what you have here is a Google Cloud Run service, and this is going to be the name, right? And then what is interesting is this part. So basically this says that you're going to use the schema project, and you're going to use the migrate version, so the latest version, hopefully. And the arguments, and this is, I think, one of the most interesting ones, is A, and A maps to auto migrate. So that means that it will run the container, the schema container, on auto migrate, right? So that's the command. And of course here we are adding more the envars that you saw previously. So that's the whole flow. I hope it was helpful. Please take a look on the README file of the schema project, but also read the documentation of the Goose utility. Thank you.